This is Car Guys New England, your YouTube channel for anything automotive.
Bad, cause it's bit bad. She want me the bag, like chips at the front. Lift up, I'm fly like a pelic in my bed. I like get my way, hella quick. They get gonna put up on the elephant cut. My trunk, yeah, it's in the front. Of course, it's in the back. This a big. This is a real big difference. You just want a club. I just need them racks. You just wanna party. I just wanna rock.
This is Jay with Car Guys New England, and today we're going to work on a little problem with the Lincoln Town Car. So recently I replaced the alternator with a 220 amp alternator that I got off of Amazon, so I'll put a link down below for it. And I also replaced the battery, but I found that when the car is parked, I am getting a battery light, but I've checked everything on my gauges over here, because I have a voltmeter, and it's reading around 12.5 volts when the accessory key's just on, and when the car's running it's at about 14.4 volts. So that, combined with ever since I've had the J-mod done on the transmission, I noticed the belt is making a squeak noise when the transmission shifts, which is interesting. So I did a little bit more reading about the alternator, and it actually says that it comes with an overdrive pulley on it, and that you should use a smaller belt. That, combined with the fact that I have underdrive pulleys on the car, I believe I have a belt problem. So I'm going to be replacing the belt today. All right, so all we're going to need is this 3/8 ratchet, which I have here, to take the tension off the belt on the tensioner. And I also have this new belt from Gates. It's part number K060900. This is actually a little bit shorter than the factory belt, so I have a link for that down below as well. So if you guys are, troubleshooting or looking to do this, here it is. All right, so just for reference, the belt comes over the alternator, down around the power steering pump. Then it goes halfway around the main crank, comes back around the water pump, goes to the idler pulley, then down to the air conditioning, and then comes back up to this idler and back around. Okay, so now you're going to release the tensioner on the car, and I'm going to need both hands, but at that point I can take the belt off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so at this point we can release it, and we're just going to slip the belt off. I'm going to sneak it off this, get it off the water pump. We'll get it off everything else, which this sucks. Okay, and now I just need to get it off of this particular. Oh, that's the ACM. I apologize. Okay, take that out. And there's the old belt. All right, so we are putting the new belt on, which I'm just sneaking this and cheating it in. And now I got to get it around. Yeah, this is a bitch. Okay. So we got it there. Let's get it around the power steering. Okay, I'm just sneaking that there, bringing it around to the crank. All right, so after fighting with this, I managed to get the new belt on, and you'll notice the tensioner is much further in. So this is a nice tight belt. So next step would be to start the car up and just make sure it's seated. So the new belt is on, seated perfectly, running nicely. So I'm going to see if I get that battery light, and also I'm going to see if the belt slips when the transmission shifts. I was getting that under hard acceleration, so this was definitely a much tighter belt. All right, so we're in first gear. Gonna do a quick launch. So it was slipping. Hooked up the second, nice, no belt squeak. Third, we're good. And I'm still not getting the battery light, which is located right there near the gas gauge. So that is not lighting up, and I'm just sitting in a parking lot. And I was getting that before after driving the car, and then, you know, sitting. I'd always end up getting that battery light, so, or I should say the charging system light. So this is already a huge improvement, and I'm not getting the squeak anymore when the car shifts from 1-2 or to 2-3, so things are good. All right, so that seemed to do the trick on the car, just the tighter belt. So if you're looking to get a higher output alternator, like the 220 amp one that I have in the car, there's a link down below, and for the shorter belt as well. So if you guys are looking for shorter belts to run with Underdrive pulleys, there you go. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like. If you have questions or comments, be sure to comment down below. This is Jay with Car Guys New England. Until next time, take care.